Hey, welcome. It's Brian, and this is Guitar Solo Reactions, and today we're back with PHISH, and we are doing the song Prince Caspian. Thanks to Curtis, who bought me a few coffees. At the front of this is Tweezer, and I was going to actually do these, but apart, and then Curtis went and bought me some coffee, so what can you do? I believe there might be some kind of improv in between these. I don't know what Prince Caspian is. First time I've done it. This is from 8/22/2015. I've been doing stuff from the 90s quite a bit. I have another one from the 90s coming up after this one, but we're going to do this first. Anyway, Prince Caspian.
Caspian, afloat upon the waves. Oh, to be Prince Caspian, afloat upon the waves. Oh, to be Prince Caspian, afloat upon the waves. To return to but the demons in their caves. Oh, to be Prince Caspian, float upon the waves. Oh, to be Prince Caspian, float upon the waves. All sowing seed, the chaffing wheat. Oh, to be Prince Caspian with stumps instead of feet. Oh, to be Prince Caspian. Oh, to be Prince Caspian. Oh, to be Prince Caspian.
Some excellent guitar playing there. Great tones, kind of some cool flanging or something going on. Just a really cool guitar texture. I like to use that word texture a lot with guitar when we're talking about things that aren't I'm talking about articulation or note choices or whatever. But when you're either like Trey does a lot, doing kind of loops and then kind of taking kind of the melody, the solo, and it kind of becomes this kind of feedbacky, kind of just warm, enveloping kind of thing. And this is kind of, to me, quintessential of that. It kind of starts from that, before the song kind of kicks in, they're doing some cool kind of improv kind of thing. And then it goes, plays the song, and then he's doing kind of a little silhouette-ish. And it's just really cool, warm feeling, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. I swear, whenever I hear him do kind of the Ottawa thing, I regret selling my Mutron 3, and makes me want to buy something else. I've gone through a lot of envelope filters, the Mutron and the 3 Elite being my favorite, and both of those I sold at a profit. Probably the 2 exceptions in all the pedals I've ever owned. Whenever I hear Trey specifically do that, now that I'm in a band, like a full band, I wasn't when I had all those cool envelope filters. So it makes me want to get one again and kind of see if I can kind of make it work with the band I'm in. So anyway, it's one of my favorite sounds. That is always a challenge for me. Mike get any kind of I get the articulation part with this thumb around the neck like that. I don't know how you get any leverage. It's hard. I just noticed that for the first time. He's pretty far up, but as you know, modulus graphites, I think you have access to all the frets. There's no, with those long horns and all that, there's no real restriction on hitting higher notes. a killer song. I loved every part of that. I like the whole. I love the song. I love all the guitar stuff. I love Mike's bass playing. That bass line's really cool. And we're going to talk about the guitar stuff because I did notice that the covers were taken off. This is Koa. I think it's number 1, and he took the pickup covers off. Some people like to do that, I think, or some think that it increases kind of magnetic. I don't know. It looks like they're Seymour Duncan Stag Mags. I've had a lot of Seymour Duncans, but I don't know that one. And then Osadak was a guitar used for the later half of the summer tour, including Magnaball. So this is August. I'm not sure if that's late summer to me. So anyway, Whammy 2. I bought my Whammy pedal. I got a number 3 or 5 or some shit. I don't know. Super cool. I basically put it in one position and use it on one song. Boss Octaver, he's got, of course, the Truchan 3 envelope filter, the one I had and sold. Dunlop Wah. This is all kind of his stuff that he's had for a long time, on and off, I guess, or with a few kind of changes here and there. Boomerang phrase sampler, just a looper with lots of cool kind of functionality to it. Tube Screamers. These are not the Analog Man modified ones, supposedly. The Shinny Univibe, that's kind of that flanging thing that was going on. Totally cool. Those are really expensive and kind of hard to find, I think. Obviously, the Superpuss, I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. Superpuss analog delay. Yeah, I don't know those. I know what they are, but I've never played one. Alesis Microverb for reverse reverb. I'd love to hear that. Those things used to, I mean, they gotta be a dime a dozen now, if they're still around. I sold them at a music store in the late 80s, and they're half rack size or something like that. Might be really cool. I don't know. Makes me want to get a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Chord Tuner, Ibanez DM2000, TC Electronics D2. Is that a Ditto looper? I'm not sure what that is. Well, we'll find out. Oh, and for amps, he has a Mesa Boogie Mark II or Mark III, the long head, 2x12 cabs, a Bogner Shiva combo, and that may be a backup. It says, oh, and a Leslie rotating speaker. That might be the flanging, actually, not the Univibe. It's had more of that kind of long slope. Univibes, you usually get more of that pulsating kind of thing. So anyway, it sounded great. Who gives a shit what it was, I guess, but it's always fun to look at this. There we go. Some cool stuff for sure. I think I was thinking about his guitar sound, and I've talked about this a lot with using, I'm assuming the heads are always clean. I don't think he uses like any kind of distortion from his amps. They seem to be really clean, and then he uses the Tube Screamers, and not here, but usually he has a Klon. And there was some other tube driver type pedal that I'd never heard of. Oh, HK Tube Factor. That may be some kind of overdrive type device. I don't know that one. It's a Hughes and Kettner. I think it's this big kind of thing that might be like more of a tube distortion kind of thing. Anyway, what's interesting is he gets feedback. His tone is really rounded. It's real mid-rangey. It's pretty like round. And then he hits those spikes. And sometimes I just, he gets really close to like that more brighter, kind of more distorted. This is overdriven, more, I'd love to hear some more distorted stuff, but that's me. I love dissonance. Anyway, great pick. Thanks, Curtis. Like I said, I almost did this song. I saw it come up recently, and I was like, man, I don't know what Prince Caspian is. I'd love to do that, and maybe another tweezer. I'm not sure how many tweezers I've done. It may have only been one. or two. I'm not sure. I kind of got into that thing where I took one song and tried to do a bunch of different versions, and I definitely love doing that. It gives you a real flair. Not only does it kind of keep it in my memory longer, but you kind of see the different approaches and all of that, and that's always fun to do. I like doing that with anybody, but with a band like PHISH, the general structure is probably the same, but the ending and the outro could be completely different, whether it coalesces into another song, kind of like what this did, or they stop, and that's the end of the song. Those kind of things are pretty fun to do, especially with a band like this that knows how to play and is great improvisers, and also willing to like this kind of music. It reminds me, if you can they've got the audience, us, to let them do whatever they want. And I've said this before, but it's like such a rare treat where you don't have that pressure. And I'm not saying they don't get nervous before they play. I know they do, because I've heard Trey talk about it. But the audience is so welcoming. You could literally have something completely derail, at least in your own head, and have it be a failure, whatever that means in the context of improvisation, and nobody in the audience would judge you for that, even if they could tell. So I think that's such a rare thing where you can kind of let go of, maybe a couple songs in or whatever, you can let go of all your inhibitions. And they've been doing it a long time, so I don't think they have a lot of this, but I'm saying in general, this is the kind of thing, how I would think if I didn't have an audience and I was doing kind of what I used to do in bands, which is not exactly like PHISH, but it's kind of in that same territory where there was a lot of improvisation, never the same. The tunes were there, melody and all of that, so there was an actual framework, but how it began and what the middle was like and what the end was like was completely different. So the song, much like PHISH, could be 10 minutes long or it could be 25, something like that. So I can relate to that, but they're really fortunate to have such an amazing audience that let them do that, and they've curated that as well. I mean, I don't think it's by accident, but on that same thing, it's just so cool that they get to do that and experiment and actually play and kind of see where things go without being oh, this is going on too long. And that may have been a concern early on, but as we know, earlier pieces were more they were compositions. They weren't as much improv. I mean, there was, but I think they slowly kind of coalesced, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm kind of guessing, coalesced into what they're doing now, which is songs and then having cool segues and doing covers and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, really dimensional band, of course, and I don't need to tell you that if you've watched this far. Hey, I am Brian. Thanks, Curtis. See you soon.